Hey guys, just a heads up, if you're seeing this video, save it right now. Leo Dottavio has copyright struck one of my videos and gotten me a copyright strike on my channel. If this episode gets taken down, you know who did it. Leo, if you were really sorry, you'd stop deleting comments and you wouldn't copyright strike videos. With that said, let's get into the episode.
I think that feeling of certainty I had was somehow related to how perfectly this thing unfolded for us and how imperfectly it unfolded for them.
Last we talked, I was reviewing the Leo and Danny Show, episode 83. Since then, Mayo Mullen and Brown Nose Leo have put out 5 different videos talking about me. A Patreon podcast, Leo on Johnny Mitchell's show, Leo Dottavio losing his mind, Leo and Danny Show, episode 84, aka Danny Backtracks, and the heartfelt Leo Responds. I will address each and every one of these videos, show you why you shouldn't be so quick to forgive these two, and at the 12-minute mark in this video, I release a very special announcement. This is the tale of a YouTuber with 25,000 subscribers standing up against one with 540,000 subscribers and winning. A true testament to the power of mayonnaise. If you have not already watched my video titled Danny Mullen Blacklisted Me, I suggest you do that now. Woo! Daniel. Little Daniel. He really thought he was going to end my YouTube career. He was overjoyed. He was going to put out an hour-long hit piece on me, painting me as a creepy, obsessive, copycat stalker. And with his dog Leo by his side to corroborate his claims, by all means, I was finished. I was losing hundreds of subscribers on YouTube, hundreds of followers on Instagram, and was being absolutely ripped apart online. YouTube hates me, Reddit hates me, Instagram hates me, and in a parallel universe, this is how things would have continued to go. So in the wake of my defeat, Leo and Danny release a Patreon podcast, and Leo goes on Johnny the Snake Mitchell's podcast. I'm particularly thankful for these videos because they were released before my response, so it lets us know how Danny and Leo would have treated me had they came out on top on this whole thing. They don't seem very apologetic, they don't seem very sweet, they seem to be overjoyed in the fact that I am ruined. I call this section of the video Danny and Leo's Victory Lap. So this is after they relinquished the beef. After they forgave me, they begin basking in their victory by having my friend Hooligan Christian on their podcast to publicly talk crap about me.
Right now, we're about to call Hooligan Christian.
I'm here to talk to you man to man. This isn't supposed to be on a podcast. I'm not going to give you anything that needs to be on the podcast. I think what I'm saying doesn't even need to be on the podcast.
Are you saying that Brandon kind of influenced you guys into doing that story? It wasn't something that you guys might have done if he hadn't been in there chirping. Do you know Brandon really well? I mean, would you say that you trust him? When you were coming up, did you have a lot of help from collabs? Were you just jumping from crew to crew, kind of kissing people's ass, sleeping on people's couches for free?
Danny then goes on to call this incident the mayonnaise holocaust of 6th Street, which is just beyond me.
The mayonnaise holocaust of 6th Street. That's what we're going to start calling this incident.
But still, Christian didn't say what they wanted him to say. In fact, they left a little part in the podcast that is indicative of what they would have liked Christian to say.
Yeah, if he would have just tried to flatter me and he would have dropped the whole neutrality premise, and that would have gotten my dick hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or just said fucking that was Brandon's idea 100%. He was making, he was saying things that were kind of bullshit.
So they wanted Christian to turn against me publicly. And the clairvoyant Mayo Mullen even thinks he knows what the next video I'm going to put out is.
I think this is a little view of Brandon's excuse that's going to come out on Friday, though.
Yeah.
Brandon's going to post that this went completely out of hand. He had some drinks, and it was just going to be a friendly grappling match.
Right.
There we go. That's my prediction.
He may have been a little off on that, but I think Danny could be a prophet. This next segment is the single most ironic thing I've ever heard.
It just seems now like you guys are realizing this was a really bad idea, both from a human standpoint and also for your careers. Not so much you, but basically Brandon. And it seems like now you guys are trying to slither underneath the responsibility of the whole thing and make it seem like it was a big misunderstanding.
Man, this guy's good. A true prophet. Slithering under the responsibility of the whole thing and blaming miscommunication. Does that ring a bell?
It was a dumb idea. It was poorly executed. Now Brandon's getting hosed and everybody's putting their hands up and saying sorry.
If things would have stayed this way, Danny would have no remorse for me whatsoever. He knows I'm getting sunfished, aka obliterated online, and he seems happy about it, but still somehow won't take responsibility for it.
Brandon is going to get some sunfish. He's going to get a lot of sunfish action.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do about that.
No, and you literally said you loved him, so.
That concludes part 1 of their victory lap. The next part takes place on the podcast of the world-renowned comedian, Johnny the Snake Mitchell.
He kicks Nico in the nuts.
Wow.
Like hard, dude. Like he was trying to injure Nico.
Yeah.
Then Nico pushes him again, and he falls to the ground somehow.
And one of my favorite parts about this whole thing, all of a sudden now there's a taser in the mix.
And they arrest him. I think there was a taser going.
The guy just can't stop lying, but now he's going to tell the truth. He's going to say, if I was in jail, it would be classic. And Johnny Mitchell, the guy that I barely know, who turned on me as soon as Danny said to, brings up me getting raped in jail.
I hope that he gets the help he needs, dude, because we don't have time for like beefs.
Raped in jail.
Well, if he goes to jail, that'd be classic, dude.
You have to keep in mind, I have not yet made my response video, and they don't think I'm going to be able to make one. They think I'm ruined, they think I'm finished, and listen to how they talk about me.
He's a crazy kid. I'm telling you, like, I'm glad we switched studios in hindsight, because I really got a bad feeling about that guy. Like, I don't know if he has murder in him, but he's got...
You think he doesn't have murder? You've seen murderers.
It was a weird podcast.
You've seen murderers, so what do you think?
Of murderers. He's got it in him for sure, because he doesn't have much to live for.
In this whole situation, Johnny Mitchell might be the person I'm disgusted with the most. He is such a classless, weak, disgusting little worm. He is the ultimate snake of LA. All he has is orders from Danny to be against me, and he goes with it. If this guy could get farther down the road by throwing you out the window, I promise you he would do it. Now he's going to bring up George Floyd and literally wish death upon me.
Lord, bring me back G. Floyd and take B. Buckingham in his place. He's a... Leo, you're too nice to fucking losers
nice,
like this,
dude. I'm nice, dude. I don't know what it is, dude. I am too nice.
Hear that, guys? Leo's too nice. Now Johnny's going to call me a loser, and Leo's going to call me privileged.
We got to build up guys like young Luis from the Watts Projects, not fucking losers like
dude,
this
like fucking
guy.
Privileged fucking Brandon Buckingham.
Did you hear what?
So 34-year-old Leo, who grew up in LA with millionaire parents, is now calling me privileged. Even though he has $500,000 in the bank, lives with a 19-year-old to help pay his rent, manipulates an old lady into giving him $3,000 every month for no reason, makes well over $1,000 each month from riding Danny's coattails, and still begs for money from his fans on Patreon. I just don't understand how he thinks it's a good idea in his brain to say these things. Leo's a liar and a con artist, and one of his little lackeys, Cigar Guy, chimes in about how I'm finished on YouTube, something that Danny and Leo were rejoicing about the night that I mayonnaised Mayo Mullen.
I think this is going to end his trajectory, because a majority of his fans are from the Danny Mullen regime. And on the Reddit, I was looking at it, they're fucking pissed that he did this, because it's a horrible move.
It's
just a bad move.
Not only is it fucking disrespectful, but it's not funny. Like,
it's not funny, dude.
The mayonnaise thing was pretty funny. You know what's not that funny? Johnny Mitchell wishing death upon me again and making fun of how so many people in my life have died. He says my life has been wretched because I've lost over a dozen friends for various reasons. Now, I want you to imagine that over a dozen of your close friends you grew up with have passed away at a very young age. Now imagine seeing a 35-year-old Johnny Mitchell say this.
I don't give a fuck. Like, if people are hopeless, I just you know what I mean? Like, I'm like Brandon Buckingham.
We had a good conversation,
I'm like, just kill him, dude.
Yeah, Brandon Buckingham, just kill him.
I'm like, just kill him. He's like a rabid dog.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. He's had some darkness in his life, you know?
No, for sure.
He's been concussed a couple times. I hope that's not it, but I think his brother, you know, his death of his brother was
dead,
bad.
dude. His life's been a
wreck. It's been bad,
truly
dude.
wretched.
It's been bad.
Anyone that has a brother or a sister that has passed away can probably imagine how disgusting and infuriating it is to hear Leo Dottavio bring up their dead relative over and over and over again. Mind you, this is before I ever exposed that Leo had made nasty comments about my dead relative. If you can imagine, I really didn't appreciate those comments. So heading into this next segment, I don't feel that bad exposing this about Leo.
Yeah, I think he's got some inside info from somebody. Like, he could have asked, like, he had met a girl that was with the crew.
Leo talks about a girl with the Nerdballers crew who he thinks gave me inside information. Although she didn't give me inside information that night, she did expose something else to me. Her name is Ivy Wren. She's an OnlyFans influencer that works with Nerdballer TV. She had this to say about Leo, and I quote, "While I was out filming with Leo Dottavio in Austin, Texas, he pulled me aside and straight up asked me to suck his dick. he brought up that his girlfriend was nervous about him being in Austin because last time he cheated on her. And Ivy, to her credit, said no to the big galumphant bastard that is Leo Dottavio. Now, not only does Leo lie to his girlfriend, I mean, that's par for the course, he does it all the time. He's even so ingrained in his lies, he lies to Johnny Mitchell about even being around OnlyFans girls.
We went to San Antonio first, then we went to Austin because Nerdballer was there, and then my girlfriend's so mad at me because Nerdballer has an OnlyFans house, and I was there, but there weren't any even OnlyFans girls there, really.
The guy can't stop lying. He's even been lying on the Leo and Danny Show podcast, saying he hasn't cheated on his girl in the new year. And it's also ironic because in a few minutes when we talk about the video Leo Dottavio loses it, he actually makes a claim that I am creepy with women. Would you believe that? Leo Dottavio calling someone creepy with women? That's like Ted Bundy shaming someone for being a murderer. It's ridiculous. So that concludes the end of Danny and Leo's victory lap. This was all when they thought they were winning. In a parallel universe, this is how things would have played out. My entire reputation would be ruined. They would laugh in my face about it, go for a victory lap, and leave me in the dust. But that's not what happened. The 3D chess move that was spraying Danny Mullen in the face with mayonnaise went exactly how I had hoped. His ego was damaged, it was hurt, and it gave him what he thought was his chance to ruin my entire career. Danny details our interaction over the past 6 months and gives me all the ammunition I need. And with all his delusional bullshit captured on camera, I made my video Danny Mullen Blacklisted Me, exposing the non-stop machine gun of lies these guys bust off on the regular. You wouldn't have believed me if I had told you how big a liars these guys are. I needed to have them on video exposing themselves. With the truth on my side, never in my life had I felt more confident about a video. So I uploaded it as I was boarding a flight to Los Angeles. Before I got on the flight, everyone hated me. When I landed, things had changed. The tide was beginning to turn, and people were realizing they had been lied to by the untouchable comedy gods Leo Dottavio and Danny Mullen. I knew as more people watched the video, they would realize what happened, so as soon as I landed, I started memeing on these fools as hard as I could, and I gotta tell you, it was an amazing time. Danny Mullen's gonna be having nightmares where he's shopping for his groceries and stumbles into the mayonnaise aisle, looks up, locks eyes with me, and jerks awake. Before we get to all the memes that were shared on Reddit and by yours truly, I have an announcement to make. My first official merch drop is live now at the BuckinghamShow.com. We have Mayo Mullen t-shirts and long sleeves. The Mayo Mullen t-shirt collection represents more than just mayonnaising some tiny bones freak. It represents standing up for yourself, telling the truth, and doing what you think is right. Sometimes in this messed up world, you have to take justice into your own hands. So get 'em now, and never underestimate the true power of mayonnaise. Also, we have the Buckingham Show t-shirts and long sleeves featuring my classic banana logo on the back. Check it out. And last but not least, we have the Cold Ass Riding collection. You can get a t-shirt or the classic crew neck. This is the same crew neck I've worn countless times, whether it's during the January 6th storming the Capitol fiasco or during the filming of my video Danny Mullen Blacklisted Me. In fact, I'm even wearing mine right now. So with that said, either go to thebuckinghamshow.com or click the link in the description to buy some merch now. Supplies are limited, I'm not going to keep the site up for long, and once the items sell, I'm never going to bring them back. Support your boy, and know that all proceeds will be used to keep the Buckingham Show alive. Also, check out my Patreon for extended cuts and bonus content. Current patrons will be getting 10% off all merchandise, so if you're one now, check Patreon for that code. Now, back to the memes. It's at this point of peak memeage that the Danny Mullen regime starts mass reporting my posts for bullying They get my Instagram posts taken down, resulting in my Instagram page being shadow banned. If you look up my Instagram, Brandon Buckingham, on an account that doesn't follow me, it won't show up, unless you type in my exact username. But how about the irony of that? Danny Mullen, a YouTuber who's made his career off being an asshole and literally created the term sunfish to send his fans to go bully and harass people, now has his fans reporting me for bullying and harassment because I'm memeing on him so hard. The whole situation is ripe with irony, but that's all ancillary to the main situation. My video starts taking off and Danny's fans start turning against him. The subscribers I lost now paled in comparison to the subscribers I had gained. And for the first time in Leo and Danny's YouTube career, they finally started to get a taste of their own medicine. People were turning them into the sunfish. Leo then sends me this text where, like the gaslighting lunatic that he is, he tries to tell me things that I know, and asserts he won't be making a little bitch video like me. But I guess somewhere along the line he changed his mind, because Leo Dottavio took it upon himself to release the now deleted classic My Side of the Story, The Truth. Hands down the funniest thing Leo has ever done in his entire life. I'll just play some of my favorite parts from that.
Let's start by saying that Danny's not gonna respond to any of this bullshit because he's got actual fucking shit to do. But I got time, so I'm gonna respond.
Leo absolutely blows it with his opening line, saying that Danny's not going to respond because he has shit to do, when they already put out an hour-long podcast talking about it. And then Danny goes on to make another hour-long video after the fact talking about it. So not only was it stupid in the moment, but it's more stupid in retrospect. No, I did not place the text Leo the balding middle-aged man LOL over that last clip. I guess he put it there himself because he really thinks you're looking at him thinking how good-looking he is. This man's got some serious mental problems.
I like building people up, man. I like being positive to all those around me. You're an idiot, dude. You'll find out. You'll find out. Because I would never want to fucking hurt your little feelings, you suicidal fucking weirdo. Watch Mad Men, dude. Guys out there, internet fucking weirdos. Watch a good television show. They spend millions of dollars to make these episodes. Watch Mad Men. It might fucking make you a little bit more of a man. All right? Listen, buddy, don't pretend that you wouldn't fucking give up a limb to work with me, dude. I'm funnier than you, dude. I perform way better in videos. I can do accents. I got fucking Peaky Blinders to watch on Netflix. And it's better than anything on YouTube. Okay? You look like a child, like an idiot, dude. It's called growth, dude. People don't need to be the same person their entire lives. Maybe because he used to talk shit doesn't mean that he fucking needs to talk shit forever. He's growing as a human being, man. He read the right book this month. He's a reader. Open a book, dude. Kegel loves you. Fucking Hooligan Christian loves you, buddy. You know when I first mentioned the Man Mun Boys as a joke? In Baltimore, you fucking jerk off! All right? So shut your mouth. You creeping that poor girl that was with Jacob Kausch at the farmer's market. Steezy was there. I'm pretty sure even Kegel Weagle was there, but Kegel was really adamant, as I'll reiterate later, about how bad you are with chicks. And Steezy was like, I couldn't believe it, man. I had to walk away.
There it is, a clip of Leo talking about how I'm creepy with women. He cites Kegel Weagle and Steezy Kane as people who will corroborate his story, but somehow they both don't agree or remember what in the hell he's talking about. Let's get back to more clips of Leo losing his mind.
You don't know what a joke is because you're autistic. But I like Steezy Kane. I've even helped him. He'll attest to the fact that I sent him a real good list of Hollywood agents so he can go do some real shit and not be an incel on the internet, Brandon.
I shot a video called 5 Easy Tips to Pick Up Women.
Why don't you tell everybody that I basically wrote that video for you? Why don't you tell everybody that those are all my tips that are on my Patreon that I can fucking prove to you, you little scumbag?
Step 1, dress for the occasion. Me personally, I like to wear all black like a thief in the night. Little pro tip, find a dark spot, startle the women. Sometimes confusion is the best tactic. How many times would you want to hang out for?
None.
Use reverse psychology. Tell a girl that you don't want her to be around. Get away from me. Get out of my face. Whoop, whoop. Bitch, get away from me now.
Those are some good tips you co-wrote, Leo.
Because you needed those views so bad. And yeah, dude, I could put Danny Mullen in the titles of my videos. I don't give a fuck. I can put his name in the title because I've been there since day one. Pick a place where you guys could have actually done some jujitsu, which he'd fuck you up, dude. He'd fuck you up, man.
Well, I guess he should accept the $10,000 offer to do jiu-jitsu with me. Here's where things get dark, and Leo desperately tries to say that he never said anything about my family member. What he does claim he says is that I've done heroin. While this is true, I haven't done it since I was 15 years old, and it's also not what he said about my family member, so he's still lying and taking a little jab at me while doing so. He's also aware that I've lost over a dozen friends to opiate abuse, which makes these heroin comments all the more fucked up.
You know who else didn't say shit about your family? Me, dude. So you're an idiot, because Jacob and Chase will always attest to the fact that I never said anything about your dead brother. I said that you should go do heroin again. Yeah. Brandon, you and I both know, and Chase and Jacob, who were there during our blowout, know that I never said anything about your dead family member. Never said anything about your brother. That was a bold-faced lie. You've done heroin, dude. I just said go do heroin again. I said go do some fucking heroin, dude. That's all I said. Because you've done heroin. Remember when you were suicidal after you gave me COVID and I gave you a fucking hour-long pep talk, buddy? You didn't tell anybody about that pep talk, though, did you, buddy? The one that fucking saved your fucking life, dude. How much clothes did I give you? Expensive clothes that I didn't want to wear anymore because it's a little snug. I gave it to you. Clothes that you're wearing in pictures with the guys that are pretending to like you, like Hooligan Christian and Keegle Weagle. I gave you one of your favorite jackets, that salmon jean jacket. I gave you, dude.
Sheesh, that was a doozy. I really wonder why he deleted that video. He says it was because his goal from the beginning was to only have it up for a day. He doesn't want to keep the drama going. I think it's because he comes off like a psychopath, and it's foolproof evidence that Leo Dottavio is not who he says he is. This video is how he truly acts behind the scenes. I've seen him do it multiple times. He showed his true colors, and he wanted to delete it from the history books. But lucky for us, the video has been re-uploaded to YouTube. If you want to watch that full video where Leo has a mental breakdown, go into the description of this video and click the link. He also sent me some text messages that are pretty interesting. Let's check them out. Leo says, got an MMA gym to go chat at tonight. You down? Let us know. I respond, I'm in Vegas, pussy boy. He says, pick up the bill one time, LOL. I respond, pick up my balls from your mouth, and send him a screenshot of how bad his response video is flopping. Then he retorts that I know every single bit of his video is true. Leo is the kind of weirdo gaslighting freak that will always try to tell you what you know. You know this, you know that. He wants me to believe all my friends are against me. I took advantage of him, and he did essentially nothing wrong. In fact, I should be thankful for him. Remember when he gave me that pep talk that stopped me from killing myself? I mean, it would be a waste of time to go through and debunk the stuff he says one by one in the video, but I think his pompous lunatic behavior speaks for itself. So Leo Dottavio goes on a comment deleting spree. He hits up Hooligan Christian and demands that he takes his comment off my YouTube page down. Reckless Ben was a little bit upset that he was on the Expose podcast trashing me without his knowledge. After all, me and Ben are friends. Someone in the regime, aka Brooks Chris Crossover, tells Reckless Ben that he has to remove his comment off my YouTube page or his career will be ruined. Brooks felt it was necessary to make a video about this. Nevertheless, Ben was already on his way to creating his video, one that had some truly hilarious bits.
We're playing the game. How fast will Leo delete a mayonnaise Instagram comment?
This is on his rest in peace DMX post. Does the M in DMX stand for mayonnaise?
Once the comment was posted, I set a timer.
Comment has been posted. It is time to gamble. We've got cards 1 through 9. How long it will take Leo Dottavio to reach out to delete the comment?
Okay, his activity status is off. I'm going with 30 minutes right here.
30 minutes? I'm throwing 100 on more than 80 and 90.
I think this dude's obsessively checking his phone. 100 on 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
You're running, gunning, you're living large.
Let's see. I'll put 200 on 20.
Is anyone ready to cash out?
I'm good, bro. 10 minutes locked and loaded right there.
I'm going 40.
What if I think that he's not going to delete the comment?
Then put it in the center.
All right, that's my bet.
Damn. Are all bets placed? Fantastic. All right, so what do we've got?
It's been 3 minutes so far. No change.
Oh, it's looking bad, Brandon. I'll just skip ahead 7 minutes so you can see how this plays out.
Wait.
You're lying.
The comment is gone.
You're no way! No, Brandon! Wait, what's the time? You're lying. The time. Are you serious? I don't believe you. 10 minutes! 10 minutes and 19 seconds! You're lying, dude. Show me.
The comment is gone. It's not here.
Look at me. Damn!
That's right, baby.
Brandon, you came to Vegas and you won big. Here's a clip from Leo and Danny's podcast talking about what this video is going to do for Brandon Buckingham.
Yeah. Brandon is going to get some sunfish. He's going to get a lot of sunfish action.
For all of you guys out there that aren't hardcore Danny Mullen fans, this is Danny's way of saying he's going to use his hardcore fan base to completely cancel Brandon off YouTube. There was only one problem. What Danny doesn't know is that Brandon is actually a world-class Uno player.
Yeah.
Uno, reverse!
Brandon has now reversed Danny's entire fan base back on him with just one Uno card. Let's review some of the top comments of Danny's video. Leo is the type to steal your wallet and help you find Leo deleted his dumpster fire. Leo's no. Danny Mullen, oh my gosh, these are coming in so fast. Negative comments were flowing in at such a fast pace that Leo even
took down his rebuttal video. Leo and Danny cannot put the gun down. They just have to keep shooting themselves in the foot. What is wrong with these boys? So the tide has officially turned. My video has made its impact and the truth is coming out. Leo's video is overcome with dislikes. The Leo and Danny Show podcast that was originally meant to smear me is now overcome with dislikes. Danny's main channel video starts getting dislikes. And Danny's recent Instagram post was being bombarded with hate comments. It was so bad he actually deleted the post. But what he can't delete is his own subreddit where people were dragging him through the mud. Now, all Danny cares about is numbers, and after losing 3,000 subscribers and getting a bunch of dislikes, I'm sure he's beginning to notice. This results in him reaching out to me with this text. And I'm going to preface this by saying that some weirdo that had leaked Danny's address on his Reddit leaked it on mine, and as soon as I saw it, I deleted it immediately. Doxing is not cool, and also, I DM'd Danny's girlfriend something hilarious. So with that in mind, listen to this text. Hey man, this is getting pretty out of hand with my address being posted in the story you put up of Mia. What if we do this? Me and Leo and you and a friend put our phones in the trunk of my car and go for a drive. No cameras. We talk it out. If we can't come to an understanding, you and I can go one-on-one somewhere private. No cameras. Afterwards, regardless of the outcome, we hug and it's over. You're telling me after 6 months of blacklisting me, this guy wants the whole situation to be over after 2 days of him receiving heat? What a baby. And he acts like the situation gets out of hand because I DM'd his girlfriend. I DM'd Mia, what's your favorite condiment? Ooh, sensitive much, Danny? It's a joke, dude. I thought you were a comedian. The reality of the situation is, it's the first time ever Danny lost control of a situation. It's the first time he's ever received heat, and he doesn't like it. He can't handle it. He wants out of the situation. He's getting hate messages, he's getting dislikes, and he is not happy about it. So, at this point, I accept that I've completely won the situation. Danny is backtracking, he's surrendering, he's giving up, but I know he's not just going to apologize. He's too much of an egotistical narcissist to come out and flat out say, I was wrong, I'm sorry. So I begin to wonder, what's his next move? I even take to Twitter to ponder the thought and share what I think he might do next. I predicted that Danny would downplay the situation, blame miscommunication, and try to make amends. And boy, did I hit the nail on the head. When they released the Leo and Danny Show podcast 84 titled Danny Responds, they do exactly what I thought they would do. They blame miscommunication, downplay the severity of the situation, and look for a way out. Their demeanor has completely changed. Not because they feel bad for me, but because of the fans. The fans held them accountable for their actions. Now they're trying to play the sympathy card. Leo and Danny go on about how they cried the entire weekend.
After we got back from Westwood, though, man, I started feeling like shit about the whole situation. Her and I were cuddling on the bed, and I did start crying a little bit.
I cried with my girl, absolutely.
And they do an entire 180 about how they were addressing the situation before. They're not idiots. They knew they had nowhere to go. They attacked me, and it didn't work. So all they could do was back out out from the situation. And still, they're not man enough to just come out and flat out say, we were wrong, I apologize. Danny's still droning on about how I kicked Nico in the nuts, even though I've proved Nico has lied about a bunch of things, like me punching him, attacking him throwing me to the ground, and him pressing charges. But it doesn't matter, he still clings to the whole Brandon kicked Nico in the nuts thing. Remember, these people were more than happy to leave me in the dust with my reputation ruined as they soared off into the sunset. They wanted me in jail, they wanted me blacklisted, and they wanted to get away with lying that I was some creepy weirdo stalker that had no talent of his own. The only reason they're sorry at all is because they were caught. I don't even have a drop of remorse for these guys. Remember how they talked about me during their victory lap? They were gloating in my defeat. Now, when they're rightly defeated for being liars, manipulators, and all-around bad people, they look for the coward's way out. They look for the back door. Again, when attacking doesn't work, try to apologize. It's pathetic. I have no respect for Leo Dottavio or Danny Mullen. Now they try to act like the blacklist wasn't a real thing. The whole situation is minimized. Are we all forgetting when he told Nerdballer TV that he couldn't stay neutral on me? He had to pick a side?
After this whole thing broke out, I've been actually feeling some feelings of warmth toward Brandon. It's not all negativity is gone. I've been a little sad that some fans have been really pissed off at me. Yeah. But I think this coming to this boiling over like this has actually made me feel more receptive to him.
After all of this, Danny is feeling some warmth towards me. Leo even goes on to make a video called Leo Responds, where he again asserts he never said anything about my family member.
I was trying to clear my name and say, hey, I wasn't mocking a dead relative. But it wasn't cool of me to even mention something correlated or something that could have reminded him of his dead relative.
But he did mock my dead relative, so he's still sitting here lying through his teeth. Remember, Leo's an actor. He'll say anything for you guys to forgive him. Remember in my last episode when I had a canary that told me that Danny was going to pin a star on Nico? The same people that warned me Danny was going to make an hour-long podcast trying to ruin my career. They heard Leo, when the cameras were off, say a nasty, nasty comment about one of my deceased family members. I never said who it was, but Leo seems to know exactly who it was.
I mentioned Brandon's brother or family member.
And the people that told me he said this had no reason to lie to me whatsoever. They didn't even know that Leo had made a comment about this before. Leo Dottavio is the type of guy to apologize as he plunges a knife into your stomach and then lie about ever doing so. Listen to his bad acting as he stumbles through his apology, trying to figure out what he's sorry for. He ends up apologizing for telling you to watch Peaky Blinders and Mad Men. He's truly sorry for telling you to watch Peaky Blinders and Mad Men. How do you guys believe this dude?
And I truly believe that it was wrong of me to say, go watch Peaky Blinders or Mad Men. Although great shows, but I get that you guys like seeing stuff, original stuff on YouTube. And if you guys would think I'm doing this for the money, if you knew how much money I made through the channel, you'd laugh at that.
The guy makes over $2,000 a month, half of which is from your donations.
Let's get back to the funny, huh? Have a good day, guys. Let's put this behind us, huh? You're not incels, all right? Sorry I said that. I shouldn't have called you guys incels.
Don't fall for the fake wink. Don't fall for the fake apology. He already tried attacking and it didn't work, so he's just trying a different angle. The guy is full of shit. If I recall correctly, he says he took his last video down because he didn't want to keep the drama going. He only wanted it up for a day. So now that this one's getting a good reception, he's magically leaving it up. If I didn't have the footage proving I didn't attack Nico, punch him, kick him multiple times, and have him throw me to the ground, the entire internet would believe their narrative. A narrative that was filled with lies and unnecessary manipulation. None of the misunderstandings that Danny cited made it okay for him to lie about the mayonnaising incident, changes anything he said about my content, or changes any of the things he felt about me as a person. Remember, he said he felt I was a psycho from day one, and he was very excited to end my YouTube career. And I actually did talk to Mayo Mullen on the phone. He feels that what he did to me was just as bad as what I did to him. He's not sorry at all. He just wants the hate to stop. After 6 months of blacklisting, this guy wants the whole situation to be over in 6 days. So that's all I have, you guys. I do not forgive Danny or Leo. I do not think their apology was sincere. I don't even think that listening to the podcast, Danny even outright apologizes. I don't think the guy is sorry. I don't think the guy gives a shit about me, and I'd like to remind you all that I never wanted this situation to turn out this way. Here's a way to redeem yourself, Danny. Accept the $10,000 fight, give the fans what they want, or admit you're a manipulative, narcissistic liar. Hopefully after this week we can get back to our regular programming. That's all I have, you guys. And remember, revenge is a dish best served cold. Cold ass riding. On a more comedic note, here's the effect one of my memes had on Danny Mullen's night at a comedy show. I was memeing so hard he was really afraid there was going to be a second mayonnaising.
Yo, what are you doing, bro?
Hey, bro, which one should I get?
I think that one has more range.
I don't even know if he was actually in LA.
Yeah.
He was, because he posted stories about my girlfriend about the mustard, and he tagged one of them in LA. I heard he was coming to the show, and I assumed that meant a fight. It was going to be an improvised set for me. I had no material. Mm-hmm. And when you have no material and you're just riffing, being loose, being happy, is it a premium?
Yeah.
And I immediately went into adrenaline as they're going to be a brawl mode. Mm-hmm. So that was a huge fucking buzzkill.
Right.
We got there and we could right away tell that not only were people worried that Brandon was going to show up and there was going to be a big fight, but people were starting to see the influx of negative comments, of dislikes on our podcast video. Mm-hmm. People could tell, hey, I don't know if you guys know this yet, but a lot of fans are really mad at you.
Right.
It was a dark atmosphere at that show.
Super dark.
It just seems now like you guys are realizing this was a really bad idea, both from a human standpoint and also for your careers. Not so much you, but basically Brandon. And it seems like now you guys are trying to slither underneath the responsibility of the whole thing and make it seem like it was a big misunderstanding, when really it was a dumb idea. It was poorly executed. Now Brandon's getting hosed and everybody's putting their hands up and saying sorry. After we posted the video last Tuesday, it seemed like everybody was on our side. La-di-da-di-da. But the whole time I was like, well, we'll see. I don't know what Brandon's going to say back or what evidence he's going to have, what his take's going to be. Yeah. But the backlash against us was far worse than I expected.
Oh, way, way worse. Yeah.
And so I just want to say to Brandon that this was a big misunderstanding. I misunderstood a lot of things. You misunderstood a lot of things, which made you do the mayonnaise thing. Yeah. This time I am, without any kind of ego or without any kind of smugness or, hey, fuck you. Yeah, I want to squash the beef, but really, fuck you. I am saying I fucked up on some stuff. You fucked up on some stuff. There were misunderstandings by both parties. I'm ready to move past it.
That's what I do usually. I try to just be nice. I've always been too nice. That's my problem.
Because I would never want to fucking hurt your little feelings, you suicidal fucking weirdo. You've done heroin, dude. I just said go do heroin again. I said go do some fucking heroin, dude. That's all I said. Remember when you were suicidal after you gave me COVID and I gave you a fucking hour-long pep talk, buddy?
I keep referring to myself as a nice guy, and I know a lot of you guys don't like that. And I guess why I do that is because I feel like inside my intentions were just to try to keep everybody happy.